here from Global Ocean. We're a marine conservation charity, and we're just trying our best to save the seas. And I would like to tell you a little bit more about the plastic pollution problem and the huge damage it does to our oceans. So marine plastic pollution, or as we like to call it, plastic poison, is a problem which has been increasing at a rate of 10% over the past 20 years. Each year, 45,000 tons of plastic waste is being dumped into the world's oceans, and in the United Kingdom alone, we use 8 billion single-use plastic bags, which means we use a bag and then just throw it away, and there's 8 billion of them, which is almost as many people as there are in the world. As we know, plastic is in our everyday lives. You can see it all around you today, and sadly, 50% of that is thrown away. That's a lot of waste. As you might have seen today, plastic can get into our oceans through litter on the beaches, carried to the sea by rivers, and even off of boats. And that in 2010, there was 100,000 pieces of plastic that were found on the UK's beaches. Can you imagine picking up 100,000 pieces of plastic off the beach? We've all heard about discarded plastic affecting the environment around us. Dolphins get entangled, seabirds get entrapped, and turtles even mistake plastic bags for jellyfish. A total of 267 species of animals are harmed by plastic every year, and over 1 million seabirds are killed by this pollution. On top of this, there is terrible damage to the environments and habitats in our marine world. But let's just stop and think about how plastic pollution affects humans themselves. How does it affect us? When plastic goes into our seas, it begins to break down into very small pieces, and it can take over 1,000 years to begin degrading. And although this plastic begins to degrade, these pieces can never fully break down. This means that every piece of plastic in our oceans still exists in some shape or form. As these pieces mix with sunlight and seawater, they start producing very dangerous toxins, which are very poisonous. When a small fish accidentally eats these pieces, the poison begins to enter the food chain. As I'm sure you've learned at school, a food chain is a flow of energy illustrating how living things get food and how energy and nutrition is passed along a chain. This can start with producers, such as the red fish here, onto herbivores, for example, the blue fish, although obviously they're eating the red fish, so not actually herbivores, and then can be eaten by larger fish than that, which is the purple fish. So eventually we could see those same results on our own plates, and we're potentially eating the same poison that we're putting into the oceans. This poison can affect unborn babies and cause very dangerous illnesses such as cancer. The plastic pollution problem is a global one, as plastic floats and can travel thousands and thousands of miles. However, we can do something about this while still enjoying tasty fish for our dinner. Although there's very little we can do about the plastic that is already in the ocean, there's a lot we can do to stop more getting in there. So whenever you think about the plastic in your home or the plastic you're using, just think about one word amongst all the others, but think about your oceans. So we know we can reduce and we can reuse and we can recycle, but there are lots of other ways to decrease our plastic waste as well. So when you think of oceans, think of O, so only drink tap water if you can, rather than buying bottled water. We're very lucky that we can drink tap water in the UK. There's not many places that can do this, and so we should be using it as much as possible. C, contact your local council about banning the use of single-use bags. 3 years ago, there was a minke whale that was found off the coast of France with over 800 kilograms of plastic bags in its stomach, which is the same size as a large adult deer. E, encourage recycling by understanding the local rules and use canvas bags, like this one, when you go shopping instead of using plastic bags, and refuse those single-use plastic bags. A, artistically recycle, redesign your plastic. I'm sure if you went down the art trail earlier, you saw many different ways of using milk bottles to make angelfish or turtles or seahorses, and so you can find out more about this everywhere here today. N, notify your family and friends about the plastic pollution and the threat to us and our oceans. And finally, S, start a recycling scheme with your class and appoint a recycling ranger to make sure everyone is recycling properly. So, finally, just to ask yourselves whether you know what's on your own plate. And now we're going to play a bingo game. So, if everyone has their bingo cards, what plastic items are found in the ocean? There's 3 answers to this. Yes, plastic bag is one of them. Plastic bottle is definitely an answer. Plastic toys is also an answer. So if you have those 3 answers, cross them out on your sheet. Well done, yeah.